good morning to all. Research is to what everybody else has seen and to think what nobody else has thought. Well said by Albert Szent-Györgyi, a Nobel Prize winner in the field of biochemistry. On behalf of RIPO management, staff and students, a very warm welcome to this wonderful day. I'm Shravani, Assistant Professor, Department of Industrial Pharmacy. Today, I have the pleasure of being hostess on this occasion. First and foremost, we are glad to announce one more special day in the RIPO history, that is, First RIPO Research Day 2021. In association with RIPO MHRD Cell and IPA Anantapur local branch. Today, we have the eminent personality, Professor A. Anandarao Garu, to honor this day. In the year 2020, we had numerous catastrophes due to the emergence of novel coronavirus. However, scientific feats achieved in this year are matchless compared to the past years in the world as well as in the RIPO. The total number of publications from the RIPO faculty is 54 in 2020, published in SEI, SEIE, and Web of Science Index journals. This is only possible with the continuous encouragement and support given by our management and R&D cell. Without any delay, we start the program with prayer song by Manasa from 4th Form D. I request all of you stand for this prayer song.
शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये अगजा आनन्दमार्गं गजाननमहर्निशम् अनेकदन्तं भक्तानाम् एकदन्तमुपास्महे एकदन्तमुपास्महे. Thank you.
Thank you, Manasa. Now, let us have a glance of RIPO best achievements and research output for 2020. Thank you, Pawan sir, for this wonderful video. Now, I would request our respected principal sir, Dr. Y. Padmanabha Reddy Garu, to come on to the stage. Now, I request Professor A. Anand Rao Garu, Vice Chancellor, Rayalaseema University, Kannur, Vice Chancellor in charge, Jain to Anantapur, to occupy the chair. Now, I request Dr. P. Ramalingam Garu, R&D Director, IPA President, Local Branch, Anantapur, to come on to the stage. Now I request the dignitaries on the stage to kindly light the lamp. Now I request our principal sir and Ramalingam sir to felicitate our chief guest, Professor A. Anand Rao Garu. Now I request Professor A. Anand Rao Garu to release the upcoming 2 STTP brochures, short-term training programs in Raipur, which are scheduled in February. AICT sponsored 6-day short-term training program on clinical mapping of epidemiology and biostatics in biomedical and health research organized by Department of Pharmacy Practice from February 8 to 13, 2021. And another STTP sponsored by ASCTE on green chemistry and advanced analytical techniques of pharmaceuticals and product development aspects as per the regulatory requirements organized by Department of Pharmaceutical Analysis and Quality Assurance from February 18 to 13, 2021. RERDS, Raghavendra Educational Rural Development Society, which was established in 2016, directed by Dr. David Banji Garu, and from 2017 onwards, Dr. P. Ramalingam Garu acting as a director. His continuous efforts and support under RERDS to the faculty brings this wonderful day as Raipur Research Day. Now, in our college, we have 19 PhD awarded faculty members and 11 pursuing PhD members under RERDS. Now let me share total grants and sponsored FDP, STTP organized by from Raipur. Major research grants 4, research grants 6, ASCTE sponsored labs MODROPS 2, DST funded facility 1, ASCTE sponsored STTP 4, ASCTE sponsored FDP 2, PCI funded CME program 1, ASCTE sponsored conferences 3, ISPOR fund events 9, RSC fund events 5, adjunct faculty 1. So these are the grants from Raipur. Now I request our respected principal sir to give keynote on Research Day celebration.
Thank you. Very good morning to all of you. Respected dignitaries on the dais, Professor Anandrao Garu, renowned professor at JNTU Anantapur, as well as the research director earlier of JNTU Anantapur, now present Vice Chancellor of Rayalaseema University, as well as in charge Vice Chancellor for JNTU Anantapur, and my colleague Dr. Ramalingam, and other my colleagues sitting before me, and dear students, very good morning to all of you once again. Really, this idea of organizing Research Day came into our mind when we have gone through the details of publications by our faculty. Our faculty had made tremendous contributions and tremendous efforts. They have made tremendous efforts to utilize the free time that was available during COVID, particularly COVID period. And really, we have motivated them like anything, and we have put a task also on each faculty. So that has resulted in getting 54 publications during 2020 itself, that is during 6 months of COVID period. They used to come to college, spend some time in laboratories and writing their papers submitted to various publishers, and particularly I don't have full details of these particular publications, but 2020, during only COVID-19 pandemic period, 54 publications have been published by our faculty, which I am really proud of my faculty. Out of which, SCI index are 11, Scopus are 27, Web of Science 28. So these are the publications, and some more we are expecting because they are under review by various publishers. And this is a great improvement when compared with the previous years. For example, if you take in the year 2017, we had 38 publications, of which SCI only 3. In 2018, we had 37 publications, of which SCI index were only 2. In 2019, total 38 publications, out of which SCI are 5 only. But in the year 2020, that SCI index papers has gone up to 11 and Scopus 27 and totally 54 during this pandemic period. And to encourage our faculty, I thought of organizing this research day, and this will be continued every year. And this is the first research day for which actually I have invited our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Anandarao Garu, for which he readily accepted because he knows the value of research. Being a research director, he has introduced many new initiatives under JNTU Anantapur, out of which our institute also got benefited from it. And as far as RIPER is concerned, everybody may be knowing all these details. I don't want to take much of your time because already sir has spent enough time in our institutes. And before that means all the details have been shown through this video actually. And one more thing I would like to announce that for the encouragement of the research that is being carried out at RIPER, the management of RIPER has decided to provide 10% of the research or any grant, whatever it may be, that is applied and sanctioned by any regulating agency or any agencies, out of which 10% will be given as an incentive to the that particular person who got that grant. And another one is for all SCI indexed publications and patents. From this time onwards, from this year onwards, we are going to give awards for the faculty, and additional academic leaves also will be provided for attending the conference, which are very much useful for their professional growth as well as for the betterment of the students. And also seed grant, this is going to be implemented from this academic year. Seed grant for all researchers planned from 2021 onwards. We are going to provide small, maybe whatever the amount may be, depending upon the proposal that we are going to receive from the faculty. We are going to support them with a seed grant, maybe which may support them with the purchase of chemicals or something like that. So small seed grants will be provided to all the researchers. And cash prize for students also we are going to provide for those who are going to have these SCI index publications. So please, once again, I sincerely request all the students, you please utilize your resources and utilize the guidance from the learned faculty of RIPER and try to get some publications in SCI indexed journals so that you will be also receiving cash prize from RIPER. So with these few words, I would like to thank you for giving this opportunity, and once again, on behalf of RIPER, the management, myself, as well as the faculty and the students, I would like to thank Professor Anandarao Garu to grace this occasion. Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving this opportunity.
Now, I request our today's chief guest, Professor A. Anandarao Garu, to address RIPER Research Day 2020.
My friend Padmanabha Reddy, principal of this college, and the research coordinator Ramalingam, Professor Ramalingam, and the faculty of this college, students, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you all. So first of all, I am very happy to participate in this program because the first of its kind has been started in RIPER. Generally, people even don't dare to talk about research in private engineering colleges or private colleges, pharmacy colleges or whatsoever it is. So in RIPER, right away they are conducting the research day, which is very important with respect to the research activities of the college. And I am very happy that this institution is giving 10% incentive for all the people who are getting good publications. Really, it is a nice incentive. See, if any college or organization wants to stand in the first 10 places in any index, it is must for them to have a research unit in the college or in the institution. So, the research institute which is established by this RIPER, which is catering the needs of the public as well as the students, research scholars as well as the faculty, really it should flourish even further also. I am happy that it is the first day, it seems. So, it will continue, definitely I say that it will continue, because the commitment that is taken by the principal of this college, particularly, I am observing from last 20 years almost. From the inception of the college, I am associated with this. If not these type of programs, in somehow we come to this college and then visit something and then maybe inspect something, we write something and then we give some suggestions and then all those things. Every year almost all, we visit once, at least once to this college. That is how we are associated, and then when Padma Reddy asked me to chair this research day, I have given consent last week, 10 days back actually, but due to some reasons I could not attend that, and I told, okay, you can maybe invite some other person from the university and then you can carry over the function. He told that no, I will postpone, sir. Whenever you are free, you can come and then we will organize on that day. So again he has asked me to come here on this day. So this time, without missing anything, I kept all the assignments outside and then I have attended this function. The reason is, the research, particularly, I like very much research. The word itself, research, gives some enthu into the minds of the faculty members. You know, when we talk research, after completion of graduation, post-graduation, after that even maybe in the middle of the post-graduation, we need to think about research. So our entire life, maybe after first part of the post-graduation, entire our life, we deal with the research. That is the span of the research. Duration is very vast when we compare with the maybe our studies. So therefore, that is the importance. That's the reason why all the research scholars or research faculty, definitely they feel very happy when they encounter the word research. You know, my guide, Professor Janagiram at IIT Madras, when I became the HOD of a department, he told that no. You learn everything how to do research and then you are entering into the administration, which will kill you the innovations and then skills of your research, which is not useful for your growth as well as for the society also, he told. So people will think, the researchers will think the research in a different manner. We feel that becoming HOD or becoming principal or vice principal or director, whatsoever it is great. No, they never think about it. These are all the useless jobs. They feel that these are all the useless things that we do. These things can be carried out by any person, not by the professors, isn't it? So professor always, research scholars, they need to train the research scholars, and then research scholars in turn should involve in the research, and then they need to publish the papers and then patents. I am happy that publications are improved like anything, and moreover 11 SCI indexed publications. It is not a simple issue to publish, you know. I congratulate the management, principal and then the faculty, students who have published these papers. See, getting one SCI indexed paper is difficult, you know, particularly. I don't know how many of you understand the difficulty behind that. It is very difficult for us to publish one SCI. So within that COVID period, within a year, so 11 SCI indexed publications and then remaining are Scopus indexed and then Web of Science and etc. All topmost journals, you know. So instead of maybe going behind the publications which can be published by paying something, that is paid journals and all, your college has taken a turn towards the quality. See, when we receive more than one application for any post, what is that we look at it? Quality, isn't it? Nowadays everyone is publishing papers, everyone is doing research, everyone is getting PhD degree. But when requirement comes, people will pick up the quality researcher from that, you know. So therefore, if you have essay indexed with these things, definitely you will be honored. For example, in centrally funded institutions, central universities, IIITs, IITs and all, even NITs, they are keeping a condition that for faculty positions, person should have published these many essay indexed journals. Otherwise, they are not eligible. Person should have got the research funding projects, these many, with the amount of so and so to so and so within the buffer. Or person with the patents, you know. So these type of conditions those people are placing. Unless otherwise you do research and then obtain all these things in this period, you will not be having a good future in the future. Okay. So therefore, if you want to have a good position, if you want to acquire good positions and all those things, now you need to do a research activity, qualitative research activity at the institution level, right? Otherwise, your future will be at a stake. So therefore, my request for the young students as well as the faculty members is, you need to concentrate on research. Research is not a difficult thing, you know. Say for example, writing, the way of writing 3 plus 2 equal to 5 is inferior than writing 2 plus 3 equal to 5. Both are same. 2 plus 3 equal to 5 is same, 3 plus 2 equal to 5 is same. But the way that we represent the numbers, 2 is first and then 3 is first, is better than the writing the numbers 3 plus 2. If you prove that, if you give a justification for that, that is nothing but a research. For each and every simple thing, if you give a, what you call this justification, valid justification, people should accept that justification, then it is nothing but innovation. Do you know what is the maybe largest thesis that, or smallest thesis that is awarded? In Kharagpur, when I was doing my PhD in IIT Madras, Kharagpur, one person published a paper, a PhD thesis with 16 pages. Not more than that, only 16 pages. So for 16 pages, institution has awarded degree, PhD degree. That PhD degree stood number 1 in the quality. Best thesis award has been given for that PhD thesis. Thesis with the volume of 16 pages, not more than that, including everything, 16 pages. That is the innovation that is taken by the scholar and then his guide, right? So it is not the volume that we carry out, but it is the strength of the concept, right? So that thing you need to look into. So people will never think that if you have a 100 pages thesis or if you have a 1000 pages thesis, that is better one. No. What's the quality of the research that you have taken, right? That should matter. So therefore, in IITs and other places, people say that the difference between the research that will be executed at the PhD level and then the research at the PhD level is different. Say for example, at PhD level, if you modify a paper, you take one paper, read it, understand it, and implement that one with some other small modification, and then prove that your paper is producing more efficiency than the previous one, then it is a research, right? That research will be carried out at PhD level. So, the same research if you carried out at PhD level, people will not generally award the degree, but anyway, nowadays even university, JNT University and other universities also they are awarding. But at IIT levels, what they say is, you need to have PhD scholars should have a innovation of his own. That innovation should solve to the depth that is possible within the period of 3 to 4 years. Then they will award you a PhD degree. That is your own innovation, your own concept. Concept is not present before at all. This concept should start from you only, right? Such type of research is at PhD level. not the research that is carried out and then left by some other person, or maybe modifying the previous person results and all those things. That is not the research actually at PhD level. But at a PG level, you can modify or you can implement with a different technology or the different tools, and then you can produce a paper. So therefore, here I would like to mention one thing. In IIT Madras, when I was doing PhD, one person from EEE department, he has published 25 IEEE papers. Publishing one or two IEEE papers, it is very difficult for any person. But he has published, research scholar has published 25 IEEE papers. But still, his guide has not awarded his, not allowed him to submit the thesis. Then the complaint has gone to the director. Director appointed a committee. Then committee sat and then called the student as well as the guide and then the other important people and then inquired about it. Guide said, he is having 25 IEEE papers. I don't deny that. Yes, he has done it. It is good. It is great. But to award the degree, PhD degree, he is not having any innovation. His innovation is zero. So he has taken a latest paper, IEEE paper, and then he has countered it, he has modified something and then published a paper. Similarly, he has taken 25 papers and then he has modified their idea and then got the results. That will not sufficient for us to award the degree as per the institution laws. Right? So, institution guidelines. Therefore, committee is satisfied with the explanation of the guide and then ask the student to not to publish these type of papers, try to have innovation. At least within 2 to 3 years. You are having very good knowledge. Anyway, having maybe modified ideas and then publishing 25 papers is not easy thing. It is good. You are having knowledge, no doubt about it. But you are putting knowledge in a different manner like PG student. So try to mold yourself as a PhD scholar and then try to have innovation and then try to complete the research work. So therefore, number of papers that is published is not at all a matter for you or for guide or for the institution, whatever it may be. The quality of the work that you publish is the most important. So therefore, you need to distinguish between the research at PG level, research at PhD level, right? So you need to take these simple things into the mind and then try to have your own innovation, because I think pharmacy is the place where sky is the limit for your innovations. In other departments, maybe it might have been saturated, but pharmacy, though a number of ideas are exhausted, but still plenty of scope is there for you to produce the innovation.
Different diseases, different viruses, or different what you call whatnot. Everything day by day we are encountering few things. So for all these things, the answer is we are expecting from the pharmacy people. So therefore, use this time, though it is a COVID or whatsoever it is, and try to think in a different manner and try to produce the maybe good research, quality research paper. Not only that, I saw this one thing, the payments are zero now presently. Now I request my friend Ratna Reddy to concentrate on the payments also. See, people now, it will not only help the academic members, it also helps the institution for ranking or NIR ranking. Yours is, I think, only the pharmacy college when the NIR ranking started. I think it has figured in the list. No other pharmacy college has figured. No? So, for this type of institution, having patents in zero is not correct. So, you should have a patent, at least one patent.
Semester, minimum one patent per semester, not per year, right? So you need to motivate the faculty members to have more number of patents, because after some years, if you think, if you see behind, what is that you have done, you will be recorded in terms of the patent, you know. And one patent is succeeded, I think Padmanabh Reddy will be somewhere else, not in Anantapur, right? So therefore, that is the effect of the patents. Now this pharmacy department is having variety of scopes for having such type of patents. So I think it is easy for you to produce the patents. You need to concentrate on that patents also. In PhD these thing, regulations, we say that one side publications, another side even patents also we can consider nowadays. To get a patent, the simplest thing is faculty members do not know how to apply for a patent. Though you are having idea, what type of ideas will be patented, what type of ideas cannot be patented, that we are having very less knowledge about it. So therefore, Padmanabh Reddy should take a lead in this, and then maybe he can take the help of third party. Very easy actually, by paying very minimal amount. I think third party people will help us. That third party people not just sending the applications there and then filing and all those things. You don't do that. You invite them to the institution, ask them to conduct some workshops like this, and then ask them to maybe prepare the document in front of you, so that next time our own people can do the same job without their help. So such type of environment should be provided in the college, because research, whenever we are carrying out the research, it will have different dimensions. So all those dimensions, possible dimensions, should be encountered, and then maybe spend some time regarding those angles also. So therefore, not only that, the research, as Padmanabh Reddy already pointed out, that whenever we attend the conferences, why we attend? People will even that also recording nowadays, higher institutions. How many papers you have presented in the conferences? Not in the journals, they are, how many papers you have presented in the conference? Because we say that yes, I am good at research, and then my research work is better than others. Mine one is the superior one. We are having such type of feeling. Generally, regarding my work, I will be having more satisfaction, and then I say that mine is the better one, isn't it? But when we go there and then present our idea and then listen the others' ideas in the platforms like this, in conferences and all, then we come to know who is better. Though we don't accept, but still within our mind we think that no particular person is presented better than me, that we accept, if not openly, isn't it? So we learn from others. See, for example, if you don't attend such type of conferences and all, you will not know where you stand. But if you attend the conferences and all, your standards will be known by you. Then based on that, you can improve from that point of onwards, right? So therefore, we have to please remember that we have to very cautious about the research activities, and then from now onwards, see, entire your life you need to do research activities only. So therefore, better you enter into research as early as possible, so that you can learn the things. And then you should, always competition will be there between the researchers within the college and then outside the college, within the pharmacy colleges and then outside state of the pharmacy colleges, isn't it? So total everywhere the competition is more. So therefore, if you want to win in this competition, you need to have a better research mind. That will come when you mold yourself as early as possible into the research.
Right? Particularly the people who are organizing the institutions, or maybe the pharmacy institutions, not only the education institutions, and then other industries. All people, they are now opening the industry, research wing. All people, even including IT also, research wing will be there in each and every organization. The reason is, without research, there is no further growth for the organization. But why people are concentrating on research wings, each and every organization. So I am happy that Raipur is also concentrated that, and they have taken one step ahead of other pharmacy colleges. So really, institution located at rural, but still it is growing further. Really, it is appreciable, and then, but it should not satisfy this technology, and there are a lot of things that they are improved to. And one day, I should see that yes, Padmanabh have done wonderful work in this institution, and then it should become university, topmost university in the state, and then after that in the country, and then in the world. I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable information and suggestions. Now, we will have the award distribution to the faculty of Raipur who get ISC. Ms. Triveni to announce the awards.
Now, I would like to invite Dr. Pradeep Kumar Bhupalam onto the dais. Sir, article published in Journal of Basic and Clinical Physiology and Pharmacology. Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to invite Dr. K. Vinod Kumar onto the dais. Sir, article was published in Acta Chromatographica. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Vinod Kumar Nelson onto the dais. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Vinod Kumar Nelson onto the dais. Sir, article was published in BMC Complement Medicines and Therapies. Now, I invite Dr. Pavan Kumar Chintamaneni onto the dais. Sir, article was published in Medical Hypothesis. Now, I invite Mr. Irenti Bhargav onto the dais. Sir, article was in current drug delivery. Now, I invite Dr. Satish Kumar Sure in Indian Journal of Pharmaceutical Education and Research. Now, I invite Dr. Hindustan Abdul Ahad on the dais. Sir, article was published in Indian Journal of Heterocyclic Chemistry. Now, I invite Mrs. Triveni. Man has published of heterocyclic chemistry. The dais. Now, I request Dr. Somasekhar sir, HOD Department of Pharmacology, and PG scholar Mr. Vinay Kumar from Department of Pharmacology to come on to the stage. I request the dignitaries on the dais to appreciate with memento to Somasekhar sir and PG scholar for his efforts in introducing zebrafish facility in Raipur campus. Now I request all the faculty over here to come on to the stage to take a snapshot and make this day memorable.
Our chief guest, A. Anandarao Garu, for accepting our invitation in the busy schedule and making this day memorable. And lastly, I convey my thanks to Raipur management, faculty, and students for their support in celebrating Raipur Research Day a successful day. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity. Now we end the session with Vande Mataram from Family by Manasa and Nikita from Family Focus. Now National Anthem by Manasa and
Now, National Anthem by Manasa and Nikita from Form Day 4th year students.
जनगणमनाधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल वंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मागे कहे तब जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय हे Thank you.